So good afternoon. As I said, we are going to mark our homework quickly. The homework was on page 84. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to mark the market share. Right. Market share. Okay, so determine the average income per student. It was 18,000. Good afternoon, hospitality. Is that the only people who are there? The rest? Okay, at least you are there. All ladies only class today, it seems. Right, so determine the total number of potential customers. That was just then 1,000 Rand. Was that what you did? Okay, so then your calculations of the total income then was 1,000 times the 18,000, and that will give you 18 million. Please make sure that you write all the zeros, no? Right. Then determine the percentage of this total income that they will spend on the relevant products or services, and this is then 30%. Right? Multiply this percentage by the total income to get then an amount of then 5,400,000. So 30% times the 18 million will then give you 54 with 5 zeros, 5,400,000. Okay, then determine the percentage that they will spend on your product, and that is then 60%. And multiply this percentage by the total amount that will then give you the Rand value of the 60%. So 60% times the 5,400,000 will then give you 3,240,000. Okay. All right. Are you all, did you all get that one right? I think there was no catch there. It was just straightforward. Hospitality, are you good with that one? Did you get the calculations correct? Okay. Guys, this is important. Market share, they will always ask either in term 1 or then term 2, or in the national exams, you will also have the opportunity or the option of completing that. Okay. Then question 4. Do a SWOT analysis for fishy fingers. List at least 2 elements in each category. Okay, so the strengths, that is the S, they have enough capital. The other strength is good managerial skills. Okay, then weaknesses, lack of commitment by suppliers. And they might also lack of advertising. They don't advertise that much. Possible lack of advertising. Okay, so we have 2 there. Advertising is the next one. Then opportunities. This is then they can maybe expand. Now expanding meaning to another area, in this case the rural areas. Expanding can also be by extending your menu. And maybe here they can include halal food. Okay. Opportunities we did. Then the threats. Threats is always, don't always say crime, because they steal the fish is really the worst thing that can happen. There are more serious stuff like increase in legislation regarding restricting fishermen. That is way more important. Okay, so increase legislation that restricts the fishermen. That is a big threat. And then the second one here, increase in competitors. That is always something that you can mention at the threats. Okay, everyone happy with that one? Then question 2. Suppose David opened his business and noticed a decrease in his sales. Draw up a post-sales questionnaire to determine the reason for the decrease in sales and then include 6 questions. So look at the marks allocation. It's 8 times 2, that gives you 16. So obviously you're going to have to do the following. You're going to write the name as we did on, what's it, page 70, I think. Yeah. This one is on page 72, post sales. Okay, so people do this from time to time to find out how the customers feel about how satisfied the customers are about their service, or then if they want to do, like in this case, extend the business. Okay, so you're going to ask your customers what would they like you to then add. Okay, so obviously the name of the business and then a little introduction where you're going to tell them what your intentions are with this questionnaire. Please nothing more than 2 sentences. Okay. Would you please complete the following questionnaire so that our business can maybe determine the satisfaction and needs of our customers? Something in that line. Okay, so questions could be, have you bought any products from Fishy Fingers? Now, most of the people will say yes. So you give them a closed question, you put a closed question here where they can say yes or no. Okay, then the second one. Second question, you ask, if yes, what did you buy? Okay, so this is open-ended, so they will tell you here what they bought. You could also maybe put this in a closed question where you will then list your menu. And then they can just tick. This is open for you to decide whatever, as long as you have 6 questions there. Okay, then the third question. Were you satisfied with our product? Yes or no? Another closed-ended question. Were you satisfied with our product? Yes or no? Now, the next question you can now link to the no answer. So if no, please provide us with a reason, or please give a reason why you said no. So it's open again. So here they can tell you, okay, we waited too long, or the fish was raw, or it was too oily, or anything in that line. Then you can add, remember it must be 6 questions. Another question, are you satisfied with our menu? Yes or no? Are you satisfied with our menu? Yes or no? And then maybe for the 6th question, you can maybe say, if no, what else would you like to see on the menu? So now you open this up for your customers to tell you, okay, no, we rather want this or that, or whatever the situation is that they want. You can also add a question that says, how would you rate our services? Now, this is a generic one that you can maybe write down and you can maybe use that one throughout. Tick your response. So how would you rate our services? So you can maybe give an option in a little block like excellent, good, satisfactory, or unsatisfactory. Excellent, good, satisfactory, unsatisfactory. So you can give them an option here. Okay, important, please make a note somewhere. There must always be a frame around your questionnaire. You get a mark for this in the national exams. That is part of the marks allocation. Put a frame around the questionnaire. Okay, this then, question 2. Question 3, draw up a pre-sales questionnaire to determine whether there will be a market for selling chicken. So yes, you are an existing business, but you want to find out now if your customers maybe would like to add another product to your existing business. Include at least 7 questions. Okay, so same thing again, page 71 in your textbooks. You write the name of the business, you give a little introductory. We are currently only selling fish products, but would like to expand the business and intend to or include chicken products or intend to include chicken products. Please complete our questionnaire. Okay, so then you can, for the first question, you can maybe ask, have you ever bought a product from us? Yes or no? Question 2, are you a regular customer? Yes or no? Also close-ended. Then you can either ask them, would you be interested in buying chicken products as well? Yes or no? Answer. And then you can also ask maybe, should you be interested in buying chicken products as well? Please tick from the following list that you will prefer. And then you will give them options like chicken wraps. You can ask them, or the next one could be chicken burgers, chicken salad, chicken nuggets, pizza topping with chicken, roti filled with spicy chicken curry. Oof, now I'm hungry. Chicken mayo sandwiches. Also, maybe fried chicken pieces. Any products that you can think of, you can list it. Doesn't matter how many. Okay, so, but you want to cover quite a variety so that you can then actually give options to your customers. Right. You can also maybe ask them, would you like us to sell combos? But now when you have that, you must explain what a combo means. For example, 2 pieces of fried chicken together with chips. So some combos includes a cool drink. Okay. And then would you like us to sell family combos or something like that? Right? You good with that question? Again, make a note. Please put a frame around the questionnaire. And then obviously at the end, you are going to thank the customer for completing the questionnaire. Okay. Hospitality, I can see that your aircon isn't correct. It's not fixed yet. You are sweating. Sorry, guys. I will report it at maintenance on the system now, as soon as we are done. Okay? Right. Then question 4, list 2 factors of each of the following environments that will have a definite influence on the business. 4.1, macro environment. Health regulations. When you sell food, that is always one of the things that must be included. Health regulations. So if you look at a marks allocation, it counts 2. So obviously you must write 2, any 2 down. Health regulations. Next one, legislation regarding fishing. Legislation regarding fishing. So obviously you're going to start with the aspects that will have a biggest influence on your business, okay, on your macro environment. Labor law legislation could also be mentioned here, anything regarding labor, and then an increase in petrol price or the electricity price. And then retrenchments could also be a matter. I don't know what you chose here. Okay, so labor law legislation, they want you to mention only 2. I'm going to just mention them quickly again. Health regulations, legislation regarding fishing, labor law legislation, then increase in the petrol price of petrol and also the price of electricity, and then retrenchments. Okay. Happy there? Can we go on? 4.2, market environment. Market environment. Here you could have mentioned that also counts to shortage of suppliers or unreliable suppliers. In this case, it was definitely unreliable suppliers. Second one, increase in competitors. And another one that is also like a generic answer, change in consumer preferences and demand. Change in consumer preferences and demand. So what this means is whatever is trendy today might not be trendy tomorrow. You know what trendy means? Whatever the demand is, whatever the people want today might not be what they want tomorrow. Okay, 4.3, the microenvironment, financial constraints, lack of planning and organizing, and also shortage of staff. Okay, question 5. So repeat that again. Are you good? All right. Now, question 5, briefly discuss the impact of COVID-19 on his business. Think about threats and opportunities created. Okay, so threats, stricter regulations on going to the beach and sea. Stricter regulations on going to the beach and sea. Also, government regulations on fishing. And then opportunities. What happened was takeaway meals was actually one of the things that just exploded, as you all know, as well as home deliveries. So two things, takeaway meals as well as home deliveries within opportunities. Okay, guys, this in module 3. Now, I had some concerns regarding you don't know what is going on and what is important. You didn't have your textbooks when we started. So I'm going to give you, I'm going to let you make notes quickly of what was then important in every module. So let us start with module 5, page 118. Please mark this. With this, I'm not saying that you're only going to study this, though. This is just important that actually came out in the national exams from time to time. Okay. You can also write this at the back of your textbook, then maybe you have that, just notes, or if you want to mark it in your textbook, whatever you want to do that works for you. Okay, page 118, 118. Reasons for doing a business plan. Mark that. Page 120, elements of a business plan. That one's just underneath 5.1, the elements, okay? Executive summary, page 122. Then the description of the proposed business. It starts on page 122, going on to page 124, where we have the SWOT analysis there. Name of the business, page 129, 129. Name of the business. Okay, then we go on to module 1. So there now. Okay, page 2, the definition of an entrepreneur is just underneath introduction to entrepreneurship. That in that block, the definition, I also gave that to you in your I also gave that to you in the slides. Definition. Did you mark that? Definition of an entrepreneur. Page 2. Okay, then the roles of entrepreneurs and intrapreneurs, that's page 2, going on to page 3. Personal qualities of an entrepreneur, page 4, going on to page 5. Personal resources, page 8. This is now knowledge and skills, contacts and friends, and then on page 10 is finance. Okay, SWOT analysis on page 11, sorry, going on to page 12. Economic importance of entrepreneur, that is on page 13. Up to page 16. Up to page 16. Then the merits of entrepreneurship, very important. Page 19. Page 20, why entrepreneurs fail. Come stay with me, darling. Hospitality. Sitting here right in front of me. Okay, page 20, we're almost done, guys. Page 20, why entrepreneurs fail. Going on to page 21. And then the pitfalls on page 21, actually going on to page 22 as well. Okay, module 2. Generate an idea, page 33. Then also the other sources on page 35, going on to 36. Methods of creativity, page 39, very important. And page 40, it's going on to page 40. Protecting your ideas, that is page 41, going on to page 43. Turning ideas into opportunities, you can just read through that one, page 45. Then our module 3. Now, what is the definition for marketing feasibility and also the market feasibility? Both of them. Page 53, product and service description. They always like to ask anything regarding this. So make sure that you know the different categories. That is important here. Going on to page 54. Also the different types of products, the 3 of them. Okay, then next up is then the identify the market position. Specifically the market description, where we have the different descriptions, target markets. Page, what is it now? 57. Going on to the segmentation on page 60. What I want you to do here is then to apply the knowledge. No? Then the last segment is on page 63, the geographic segmentation. Market share, page 65, the calculations, you will always get that. Right? Either team 1, team 2, or then national exams. Okay, easy marks. Then the indicators of growth starts on bottom page 66, going on to 67. Data, primary data, the collection of data, page 68. And also how to collect the primary. Okay, so with the page 68, the primary data and the secondary data, you must know what the difference is. And then on page 69, collecting primary data, how do you do that? The 4 aspects there. Then the questionnaire. Pre-sales on page 71, post-sales page 72. Please make a note there somewhere on that little line that you must draw a line around the questionnaire before you forget to do that. Questionnaires can count from 12 up to 16 marks. Okay. Then the environments for the business SWOT analysis, that is then the business strengths and weaknesses, page 75, the micro market and also macro. Now that information goes on to from 65 up to page, what is it, 79. I gave you summaries. Huh? I want you to go and read through that. And then a competitive advantage on page 81. Please, guys, just take note behind every module, there is a summary for the module. So you can just maybe read through every module if you haven't done that yet, as I asked you to do. Maybe just read through the summary again so that you can just remind yourself. This is also part of revision. And then you are very welcome to actually do the summative assessments at the end of every module. Right, just to see what your knowledge is, what knowledge you have. If there's any questions that you didn't know what the answers for real is, you are welcome to send me an email and then I will help you with that. All right. So the new people or the people who didn't have textbooks, I hope that you are all a little bit more relaxed now.